Hey, shalom, shalom. Anak na wahai barya sha'Allah wa lakim la'atam kwa shawai ba'aracha wa kakshaya b'shmal shah. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the Spirit and Prophet B'shmal Shah to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. We're praying for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call Laim La, Yahweh, B'shmal Shah, B'sham Cha, Kodash, wa mashanaka badim zakoyim na wa malakim shaya sha'Allah zakoyim Cha gadawal. Wachasa, Washalom, Wabrakam, Habachayasha, Hakawayasha, Shalom. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists. By Hashem in the name Yahweh Shai delivers. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. All right, so this is an article just going into the rolling blackouts that were prophesied, starting from the elders and apostles on down from Great Millstone, and those are likewise doctrine. It says, Kyiv introduces rolling power blackouts. The energy grid operator cited the need to balance the load following Russian missile strikes the day before. Residents of the Ukrainian capital and Kyiv region will experience power outages of up to 4 hours under a new schedule of rolling blackouts introduced by the grid operator. The measure was introduced on Tuesday and is aimed at balancing the power system and avoiding large-scale blackouts. Privately owned energy company DTEC announced on Tuesday it cited instructions it received from the National Transmission System Operator, Ukrenergo. The rotating outages will affect both industrial consumers and regular citizens and was introduced after a massive Russian attack on Ukraine's infrastructure on Monday. Ukrenergo called on people to dial their use of electricity to decrease the load on the grid. On Monday evening, it claimed there was a 26.5 drop in consumption in the capital and surrounding region compared to an average autumn day. It says the company urged users to keep consumption low during peak evening hours, and said it ordered operators in Kyiv, C, Z, and C to introduce rolling blackouts, which will be enforced for several days. Issues with basic utilities such as electricity and water were reported by Ukrainian media in many parts of the country following the strikes. Moscow states that the strikes were in retaliation for what is described as a series of Ukrainian terrorist attacks on Russian infrastructure. Key facilities were damaged in nearly a dozen Ukrainian regions, according to Kyiv. So, as we know, we're in a time of war, and a lot of more things is going to be happening like this. All right, but just wanted to go into these rolling blackouts because, again, the men of Great Millstone, from the apostles and elders on down, and those are likewise doctrine, have warned about these rolling blackouts. You see, just like in the screenshot, the men of the Lord have been warning about, the juice, lockdowns, and everything that came with the demic. You see, but in recent times, we've been warning about the mandated charagma and various different other things. You see, which we're seeing that now, and this is happening from those attacks. But you see, we've been seeing the blackouts because of the heat waves and things as such. You see, and now they're talking about the blackouts because of the infrastructure and various different other things. You see, and you have the men of the Lord that are telling you what's happening, because that's our job as a watchman. You see, we sit up, we're in a spiritual war. We sit up on the watchtower, and we're giving the Lord's people what's going to happen next. You see, we're preparing the nation. You see, but 2/3 isn't going to listen to what's being told to them, what's being said to them. Only the elect is going to take heed. But I want to get a couple precepts. This is Ezekiel. Yachazak Allah. Salat. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. verse 32 says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. You see, so you have individuals of the nation of Israel, Yasha Allah, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners that hear the men of the Lord. You see, and this word is likened to a song. So they listening to us play this song, play this music, but they not dancing to the tune. You see, it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. When this cometh to pass, talking about the prophecies, which we've been warning everyone about through the Spirit. It says, then they shall know that a prophet hath been among them. You see, so when the prophecies happen and they're right in your face, you know, they're not going to have a choice but to realize that they were warned about these things. You see, right now, everybody is stuck in their lifestyle, high pride, etc., whatever they got going on. But you see, it's going to come a point in time where everything shuts down, you see, and we're seeing everything collapse right now, you see, but they ain't really batting the eye. You see, things is going to get so bad that they're going to have to realize and admit that, hey, somebody warned them about this. They had a prophet amongst them. All right. Let me get another precept. This is 2nd Isaiah chapter 15 and 16. 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And you see, another brother went into this topic about the Blackouts and stuff. Not sure where it was at in the world, but they had like a extended type blackout situation to where it was like 10 plus hours, 10 plus hours or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, it was during like the evening hours. So that's a recipe for some purge-like behavior. You see, so it's going to be a lot of wild things going on. Sedition amongst men. You see, in Illinois, they got the whole, I can't remember what the law is called, but they basically made it damn near legal to commit all types of crime without being detained for it. See, so it's going to be sedition amongst men. It says, invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. They're not going to care about the leadership, about Esau's leadership. You see, it says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people are going to be doing whatever it is that they want to do in these last days. You see, because it's going to be chaotic. All right, all of this that's going on. You get the collapse of society, the collapse of the dollar, infrastructure, morality is at an all-time low. So people are going to be getting it how they live, you see. So I brought this out. Was that a fine? Call Allah Imla, Yahweh Bashim Yal Shah Bashim Kagdash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Much respect to you, brothers out there, pursuing this truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.